High and Low is a 1963 crime drama directed by Akira Kurosawa and starring Toshiro Mifune. Mifune's character is Gondo, a shoe executive who is forced to choose between personal success and honor, controlling stock in a shoe company and paying a huge ransom to a kidnapper for the life of his chauffeur's son. Either way, Gondo loses, but the decision is still a difficult one to make. In this video, I will explore some of the key themes from the film to the best of my ability. I hope you enjoy this presentation, and if so, I would appreciate it if you would like it and subscribe to my channel. Thanks, and I'll begin with honor. When Gondo thinks his own son has been kidnapped, paying the ransom is a no-brainer. He makes this decision without any hesitation, and when Kawanishi tries to call the cops, Gondo stops him from doing so as not to endanger the life of his son. But everything changes completely when the hostage turns out to be the son of his chauffeur. Now paying the ransom is out of the question. Gondo also calls the police for Aoki's son, even though he wouldn't do so for his own son because he thought doing so was dangerous. Right away, Gondo is forced to weigh his desire for personal success against his humanity. This spiritual tug of war is represented by his wife and his accountant Kawanishi, who has been promised a partnership with National Shoes in exchange for betraying Gondo. Even though Gondo's wife lives a life of luxury, she is willing to sacrifice it all to pay the ransom to save Shinichi's life. It is a tough decision, but when he does make it, his material losses bring him honor in the eyes of his wife, the police, and the public. Eventually, he even gets back most of the money he lost as well. Takeuchi, who is poor, despises Gondo, who is wealthy. A metaphor of their economic and social positions is that Gondo lives in a large house on a high hill above Takeuchi's apartment. The cops also held prejudices against wealthy people like Gondo. Their feelings change, however, when they see him sacrifice everything he has to pay the kidnapper's ransom for Shinichi. Takeuchi sees Gondo's big house on the hill and assumes that Gondo doesn't care about anything but money. Gondo has to make a choice of success over a human life. Choosing life over wealth and success is an easy decision when he believes his own son, June, is kidnapped. This decision becomes more difficult when Gondo realizes that it isn't his son but someone else's who has been kidnapped. Right away, his wife's warning that success isn't worth losing his humanity has come to fruition. Gondo going against his fellow executives' idea to make cheap shoes foreshadow his decision to pay Takeuchi's ransom. The company can make more money by cutting their production costs and making cheap shoes, but to Gondo, quality and the company's long-term survival are more important than fast profits. Gondo's values are intrinsic. He agrees with his fellow executives that they lose money in the short term, but in the long run, quality pays off over value. This principle of quality over value is a metaphor for Gondo's decision to choose humanity by paying Shinichi's ransom over personal success. In this situation, quality is synonymous with life, and value is synonymous with the personal success Gondo strove for prior to Shinichi's kidnapping. In the beginning, Gondo's motto is attack them before they attack you. This is what he tells his son, who's playing cowboys and Indians with the son of Gondo's chauffeur. It is no coincidence that his son is playing the cowboy in this scene and Shinichi is playing the Indian. Their roles represent Gondo's cutthroat business philosophy. When June and Shinichi change roles, now it is Gondo who plays the Indian. This game of cowboys and Indians also represents the greed of the executives wanting to produce cheap shoes to increase profits. This dog-eat-dog philosophy is also revealed in the way that Takeuchi uses heroin addicts as guinea pigs. And it is Takeuchi himself who disrupts this opportunistic dynamic by kidnapping Shinichi and forcing Gondo to weigh his own personal sense of honor and integrity against a human life when he thinks his son has been kidnapped, and later finding out that it's actually the son of his chauffeur who's been kidnapped. This event not only forces Gondo to choose between the value of success and human life, but it also puts his decision to outwit the other executives into a different light as well. The moral seems to be that two wrongs don't make a right. The executive's proposal to produce cheap shoes to increase profits is wrong, but Gondo's attempt to go behind their backs and buy up most of the company is wrong too. Probably the best thing to do in a situation where someone wants to screw you is to not try to beat them to the punch, but to just simply leave and start over, which is what Gondo is forced to do after the company votes him out and he loses everything he owns. Thanks for watching this video. Again, if you like my analysis of Akira Kurosawa's High and Low, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, the upper balcony is closed.